Hi, this is Ryan Brown from mockquestions.com. We are going to discuss 5 situational interview questions you may be asked at your next interview. We'll go over each question and some advice on how to answer them, along with an answer example. Okay, let's get started. Question number 1. Let's say you made an error at work and the impact of your mistake was significant. How would you correct the error? The interviewer wants to know about a specific time when you made a mistake and how you reacted to the situation. The goal of your response is to tell an engaging story that highlights your willingness to be accountable and repair your mistakes. When answering, avoid saying that you would never make a mistake in the workplace. A response like that could give the interviewer the impression that you are not self-aware and coachable. I understand that making a mistake in the workplace can have serious repercussions, especially if it were left ignored. If I were responsible for an error at work, significant or insignificant, I would jump into action immediately. I would fix the mistake independently or ask a leader for assistance if the problem was too large. Of course, I would apologize for my error and make the necessary skill improvements to ensure the situation did not happen again. I will not allow pride to get in the way of admitting when I have made a mistake. Because of this, I am very agile in my work and a trustworthy team member whom you know will be honest about my performance and results. Question number 2. Discuss one crucial decision you made in your last role and the impact that decision had. The interviewer wants to know how you handle the pressure of making crucial decisions. The goal of your response is to describe your decision-making process and highlight your confidence level when making important decisions. When answering, avoid giving an example of a trivial decision or a decision that failed to impact your work. While working for company XYZ as a customer service associate, I was tasked with addressing an angry customer who had called into the office. Typically, my manager would handle all escalated customer issues. However, they were away for the day for leadership training. I could have asked this customer to call back to speak with our manager the next day, but they were agitated. I felt that if I asked her to call back tomorrow, she would feel like we didn't care. I also believed the situation would escalate if it sat for another day. As a representative of my company, I made the calculated risk to handle the situation myself, using my manager's approach as a guideline. Since we messed up on the product we sent her, I decided to take full responsibility for the situation. I spoke with her about her concerns in full and gave 3 options for how I could fix the situation. I ended up issuing a refund, and at the end of the call, she thanked me for listening. She said that I provided one of the best experiences she had ever had with a service associate in the company. Question number 3. Tell me about a time when you received criticism from your manager. How did you react to that criticism, and did you make improvements? It can feel challenging to receive criticism in the workplace, especially from your leader who you want to impress. The interviewer wants to know how you react in the face of criticism. The goal of your response is to show that you can hear criticism, respond professionally, learn from the feedback, and willing to take action to make improvements. While working for company XYZ as an executive assistant, I was asked to create presentation slides for one of our executive client meetings. After the executive reviewed my work, he commented that some slides looked messy. This executive had different design concepts in mind and was not impressed with many of the style decisions I made. He had a background working for a creative agency in the past, so I chose to listen to his feedback, absorb the lessons he provided, and then incorporate those ideas into the presentation. In the end, the presentation looked very professional, and the executive was pleased with my changes. I kept the template in my Google Drive and made a few similar versions to have a library of slides to choose from whenever he needed a project from me. I felt inspired by his ideas, so I took a weekend course on designing presentations in Google Slides, and today I feel much more comfortable creating eye-catching presentations. Question number 4. Let's say you lost track of a deadline. How would you recover to ensure that you completed your project on time? The interviewer wants to know how you course correct once you realize you are in danger of missing a deadline. The goal of your response is to prove to the interviewer that you work diligently to ensure you complete your projects on time. I understand that deadlines sometimes get lost and it can be difficult to recover at times. However, it's critical to all stakeholders that I do what I can to ensure that I meet my deadlines. First, I would give advance notice to all stakeholders if possible. I would explain the situation while taking accountability and never blaming others. I would present a couple of solutions for recovering the project, such as asking for overtime or a deadline extension. Then I would express my appreciation for the understanding. The benefit of this approach is that my colleagues and project stakeholders trust that I will be transparent if I feel a deadline is at risk. Question number 5. How would you proceed if your boss asks you to complete a task that you had never done before? The interviewer wants to know that you have the confidence to jump into a new task. The goal of your response is to showcase your positive spirit when approaching new responsibilities and highlight your desire to learn new skills. Trying new tasks and accepting new responsibilities is one of the best ways for me to grow in my career. If my boss asked me to complete a task that I had never done before, I would first be upfront with them that this was the first time taking on a task of that sort. Then, I would access various reliable resources to learn everything I could about how to best approach the task. Next, I would jump in and get the work done. Along the way, I would remind myself that it's okay not to be perfect, and it's more important that I try my best. I enjoy being in a work environment that pushes me to reach new heights, so I would greatly appreciate working for a manager who introduces new tasks to me when they feel I am ready. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe to our channel. It really does help motivate us to continue creating videos. Thanks again, and we hope you stick around to watch more interview practice videos from Mock Questions.